Hello and welcome to a very special Warhammer Wednesday. This will be my review of the Adeptus Sororitas Sister Superior Amalia Novena. Now, Games Workshop haven't released a Adeptus Sororitas model since the Sisters of Battle Canoness Viridian, which came out 2 years ago. Here she is right here. I will zoom in on both the models, fear not, and we'll get a detailed look at them and compare them. She was released 2 years ago, and my unboxing and reviews of her did do very, very well. 4,000 views for the unboxing and 5,000 for the review. So they're popular, she's popular. Sisters of Battle will be a popular range, I'm sure, especially if this first model is anything to go by, and the appetite that wargamers have for incredibly detailed female miniatures, or more human looking miniatures in that regard, especially when you look at the Gene Stealer Cult models as well, and the dire need of the refresh of Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum and Agents of the Imperium. Anyway, she's right here. I've got the artwork there that inspired the model designer, and it comes with the model herself. The model will set you back £20, quite pricey, especially as she hasn't really got any kind of, I say, unique war gear in terms of hand flamer or plasma pistol. She's got a standard bolt gun, but she does have a very nice sort of scenic base, and she does have that kind of limited factor. It's more of a Warhammer Day special figure. She came out on the Saturday about her, but I do hope that the other sort of single miniatures are in the similar price range of the previous army single miniatures, such as £16 or so, or maybe even pushed to £18, but we'll see. I'm very much holding on to the hope that not all of the character models will be of £20. I kind of hope that they won't be. Anyway, enough about the price. Let's dive on in there and take a real close-up at this miniature. So here she is. Lots and lots of detail here. Absolutely fantastic. Bit tricky to put together in terms of her thumb. You know, we've got these opposable thumbs, and this has now mirrored itself in miniature form, in the sense that the thumb and the beads and this like little medallion thing need to be glued in place. While the thumb and the beads and the medallion and those medallion parts there, they're all one part, and the thumb just glues onto her left hand. Her left hand is separate, her head separate, the bolt gun and the arm is one piece, but you know, that's separate. These little candles, scented candles probably, are separate. The base is separate, and it's a lovely, beautiful base. I know I've been very, very naughty and glued her onto the base, and I could have just got away with just slotting her in to the holes on the base, but I've actually glued her in. I didn't want her wobbling off or moving about in this review. Wouldn't take too much pressure just to pull her off and paint that base, because that is begging for a shade and a nice brisk highlight, you know, edge highlight and things. But the detail, the level of detail is absolutely stunning for a plastic miniature. Have to say, if this is a sign of things to come, I'm going to be a very, very happy boy in terms of all of the new Sisters of Battle miniatures. I'm really, really pumped and looking forward to them now, more than ever. Anyway, this bolt gun does look pretty big on her. I will do some size comparisons with other miniatures in a moment, but loads and loads of detail. Thank you to one of the subscribers that pointed out the little kind of symbols that are on her, in terms of this little symbol there. It is a fleur de lis, or fleur de lis. I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong. I probably need help with that as well, among other things I need help with. Anyway, so yeah, you've got these fleur de lis, little spades, sort of symbols on the base and on her armour in various places, on her breastplate, I want to call it now, and on the bolt gun, but then you've got a different symbol on the other side. You've got one on a power plant. Yeah, you've got the, you know, these scented candles too. Pretty awesome. Lots of detail. and it's going to be interesting to see the different power plants that you'll get. I'm really interested also in terms of the price, how much the price these Sisters of Battle will be, whether you'll get 10 in the set and it'll be £35. If there's plenty of options, specifically for heavy weapons and things, heavy flamers, heavy bolters, I'm going to be quite happy with that, even if it's 10 for 35. If the level of detail and customization and options are there. I very much like the Chaos Space Marine box set, mainly because it does technically offer you better value than the Death Guard Plague Marine set, which only has 7 Plague Marines in. But 10 of these, with the recent price increases, for £35, I think will be okay. I mean, if they set them at £30, they're going to sell bucket loads, but we'll see. I think with the advent of the Primaris being 10 for £35, I wouldn't be too surprised if they try and sell these, 10 of these for 35. But we'll see. That may well be a month or two off. I'm thinking September maybe, but there we go. Anyway, I've waffled on for far too long looking at the detail and things. There's plenty of it. Easily worth the £20 in my opinion for a character model, especially with that beautiful, beautiful base. Let me go through some size comparisons then. So straight away, we'll get some idea of the size of her with some standard Space Marine Imperial models. So I've got the Intercessor on the left and the Space Marine on the right. Now it's a little bit difficult to do a full size comparison with her because she's on this raised base, but what I will do is slightly raise the models themselves, and as you can see, sort of height wise, she is, yes, she's in a more upright position, but there she looks to be the same size, same height, or a little bit taller than the Space Marine. But again, he does have his legs apart. If he was stood up, he'd definitely be taller. The Intercessor, well, you've guessed it. If we put his feet level to level, he is taller, but this goes to show that it looks really good. This goes to show that if Games Workshop did decide to have these Space Marines as the sort of correct size Space Marines, if you want to call them that, then that would show a fairly decent size comparison between sort of a typical human sort of person in power armor and then these genetically engineered superhumans warriors. Anyway, that's where she stands. She is similar height, bit taller than a Space Marine if you put them sort of side by side for the older Space Marines. So that's with the two Imperial models. Let's show you her next to some, I say, similar Sisters of Battle models then. So we've got Canoness Veridon, which she does have her own data sheet for. If I try and put her sort of heel to heel, Veridon is, I want to say, a little bit taller, just a smidgen taller. Even though Veridon is in Finecast, there's a lot more going on with Amalia in the detail department. Just goes to show you how far they've come, just a short few years, even though Viridian is very detailed model, the Amalia just has, she has just something more about her now, and the fact that she's in plastic. It's just incredible how they've got so many different layers of detail there in a plastic miniature. Anyway, that's next to her with Viridian. They work both quite well, and they will with the rest of the Sisters Battle range. Let's just have a look. Saint Celestine, it's difficult again to sort of show her, but compared to her, very similar sizes. If anything, I want to say that Novena is, I say, thicker than Saint Celestine. Saint Celestine is quite dainty, is a bit thinner, but not from the side profile. She's, obviously you've got the big wings and the shoulder pauldrons are bigger. I think she's got sort of thicker thighs as well. But and her hair's all wildling like. But there you go. That's probably a good comparison there. The sizes are quite similar. but Celestine is, yeah, the sizes work well. I'd like to see a model of Celestine sort of stood up, because she'd be a similar height to Amalia. Anyway, that's Saint Celestine. Oh, I'm going to enjoy comparing all these Sisters of Battle models, I really am. Let's show some Sisters of Silence. So I've got here Janisha Kroll here on the right. She's a Sister of Silence. You've got to remember that she's £36, so £16 more than Amalia, and yeah, you can tell because she's in, you know, Forge World resin. There's probably more detail, depth detail, 3D detail in all those arms and everything else that's going on. The feathers, the scenic base, much bigger scenic base. You know, the gigantic great sword that she's got going on. The armor plating itself as well. Loads going on there, but that is a little comparison in terms of height with Janisha, and Janisha is a little bit taller, even though she's striding. So that just goes to show you, you know, how sort of badass these Sisters of Silence are compared to the Sisters of Battle. And here's another Sisters of Silence. This one is, yeah, almost the same height, but again in more of a braced firing position with a bolt gun that happens to be, looks to be a little bit smaller, a little bit more efficient. It is the Horus Heresy after all. And Sisters of Silence are more of a unique fighting force. If she was stood up, she would be a bit taller. And then finally, just for the hell of it, I'll just show you compared to an Adeptus Custodes, who again is in a bit of a bracing pose, but yeah, it's way taller. She goes up to his shoulder pauldron, and yeah, it's just that much thicker compared to Sisters of Battle. But if you do get some Sisters of Battle, they're going to look wonderful next to you know, the Emperor's Bodyguard. Anyway, that is all the size comparisons that I wanted to make. Now then, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of her rules. You actually get her rules in the little booklet right here with the model itself. They are exactly the same rules, word for word, as in the 2018 chapter approved book, where you get the Sisters of Battle Beta Codex. So I'll go through them here then. Essentially, she is a Sister Superior, so you're going to need 4 Battle Sisters to go with her. She doesn't have sort of separate rules as such, because she doesn't come with her kind of unique rules as a character, even though she's named. I highly doubt they're going to have you know, specific rules for her in the codex. I think she is just going to be used as a Sister Superior, but they wanted to obviously put a name to her because it's a Warhammer Day and it's kind of a special event. So using her as a Sister Superior, like I said, you need to join her with 4 other Battle Sisters, but you can have essentially an additional 14, so you can have 15 in a squad, including her. She would be part of the Battle Sisters squad, which is a troop choice at the power points cost of a 4 and the points cost of 9 points per model. A normal Battle Sisters stat line reads movement 6 inches, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, 1 wound, 1 attack, leadership 7 and a save of 3+. However, as a Sister Superior, she gets 2 attacks instead of 1 and a better leadership at 8. So it's similar sort of story than Space Marines. So they're equipped with bolt pistols, bolt guns, frag grenades and crack grenades. Everybody knows what these do, but I'll just repeat anyway. Bolt pistol is a 12-inch range pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1 weapon, and a bolt gun is a 24-inch rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP 0 and a damage 1. Frag grenade is a 6-inch grenade D6, strength 3, AP 0 and a damage 1, and a crack grenade is a 6-inch grenade 1, strength 6, AP -1 and a damage of D3. So one Battle Sister may replace her bolt gun with a weapon from the special weapons list, which is a storm bolter, flamer or melter gun. One Battle Sister may replace her bolt gun with a weapon from the special weapons or heavy weapons list. So basically you can get 2 there, you know, 2 special weapons, or heavy weapon, which includes heavy bolter, heavy flamer or multi-melter. We've already seen previews of I think the heavy flamer and the multi-melter, and actually maybe even the heavy bolter as well. And then one battle sister who has not replaced a bolt gun with a weapon from the special weapons or heavy weapons list may take a Simulacrum Imperialis. I think I've pronounced that right anyway, but a Simulacrum Imperialis is something that you add one to the result of the test of faith for a unit which includes a model with a Simulacrum Imperialis. You'll need to go back and watch my Sisters of Battle Beta Codex review to find out what all of the tests of faith are. The Sister Superior may either replace her bolt gun with a weapon from the ranged weapons or melee weapons list. So you could have equipped her, which I'm no doubt you will be able to in the box set. You can equip her with a Combi Flamer, Combi Melter, Combi Plasma, Condemner bolt gun, Storm Bolter, and then melee weapon wise you can give her a Chainsword, a Power Maul or Power Sword. I'd love to see her with a Storm Bolter and Power Maul or something like that, and that'd be quite cool. And also the Sister Superior may replace her bolt pistol with a weapon from the pistols list. So of course you can replace that bolt pistol with a plasma pistol or Inferno pistol. So maybe an Inferno pistol and a Power Maul. That'd be pretty good. Of course, abilities, they've got Axe of Faith and Shield of Faith, and the Simulacrum Imperialis, which I've already explained. The keywords is Imperium, Adeptus Ministorum, Adeptus Sororitas, Order, Infantry, and Battle Sisters Squad. So there you go. That is kind of like I've gone through the whole rules for a Battle Sisters Squad. They will be your sort of main troops. They're the only troops in this little beta codex anyway, for the Sisters of Battle army. Of course you've got quite a few HQ choices, such as Saint Celestine, the Canoness, Uriah Jacobus, and the Missionary. Then you've got many elite choices such as the Gemini Superior, the Repentia Squad, the Mistress of Repentance, a Celestian Squad, a Preacher, a Hospitaler, a Dialogus, an Arco-Flagellants, and Crusaders and Death Cult Assassins. Then fast attack, you've got a couple, the Seraphim Squad of course and the Dominion Squad. Heavy support, you've got the Exorcist and Retributor Squad and the Penitent Engine. I'm very much looking forward to the Exorcist model and the Immolator. Looking at transport, you've got the Sororitas Rhino and the Immolator. I think the Rhino is just going to be, and that's it for the beta codex anyway, but I thought I'd just touch on some of the other units we can expect to see in this release coming out, and probably more that we have no idea about yet, but hopefully it won't be too long till we get our filthy hands on these Sisters of Battle new miniatures. And that's everything I wanted to say about the first Adeptus Sororitas Sisters of Battle model from Games Workshop for many years. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope, like me, you are drooling at the mouth in anticipation for all of these brand new lovely beautiful sculpts that Games Workshop have been working on for the past 2 or 3 years, I would think. What do you guys think of Sister Superior Amalia Novena? Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.